and we're live at Riverside Park. This is Kelsey Bell, Todd Sullivan. Today we are interviewing Jeremy Gutoski
for On Location Kamloops.
Yes.
Fundamental TELUS STORYHIVE.
I knew I was missing that part. Jeremy is a longtime friend of mine. Since a couple weeks ago, I met him at the sauna, and he was very interesting. He had the whole room in the sauna. Everyone was very interested in what he had to say. And then I was eavesdropping, and I was like, hey, you seem pretty cool. What do you do? What do you do?
Obviously, this temperature was very hot in there.
It was.
I'm a licensed electrician who no longer practices electrical.
Yeah, that part wasn't like interesting to me. There was something more.
I drive cars for a living.
Do you?
I do.
Okay. Well, we have scheduled,
What
enlisted.
kind of cars do you drive? And
I
for
just
what
drive rental
purpose?
vehicles. I deliver them from Vancouver and Kelowna and around the province. It's just kind of a part-time gig.
Okay.
You're asking me if I'm a musician.
Yes, trying to get to that.
Just trying to ask you that. Not succeeding very well.
That's what I do it to play around with. I don't really, that's not what I do.
Oh, multi-talented. Yeah. Well, okay. You are talented. You are, though, because the other day I was walking in Riverside and I was surprisingly calm. And it was because of the music in the background, and it carried so well because I was way back here, and and then I was like, oh, I think it's my sauna friend. He's here.
Yeah, it does.
And
that's my biggest concern, is that I'm bothering people.
no,
Because I get requests from people over at Overlanders Beach at times. I'll get a text message while I'm playing. Hey, can you play such and such? And it's friends. And I'm like, where are you? And they'll jump up and down on the other side of the river. And I've been told they can hear me at MacArthur Island.
no
wow.
way.
Yes, I'm not sure I believe it, but I guess on a good day,
On a
maybe.
good day with the wind, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you're bothering anyone.
I hope not. I have had nothing pretty much but really good experiences here. So.
Yeah. Do you pick a certain genre to play?
Okay, that's a bit of a touchy subject. I should have said we don't want to cover that.
Oh man, I didn't know it was too personal.
So I'm not a jazz guy. I've never really liked jazz. Kenny G kind of made the saxophone unsexy back in the 90s. Like, it used to be the instrument that got everybody going, and he just killed it. So I don't like jazz. I don't want to say I play jazz, but I play top 40 pop hits, modern music. I play house music, electronic dance music. I can improvise with DJs and stuff.
All on your saxophone.
Yeah. I play blues, some Latin stuff, Afro fusion music. I try to play a bit of everything, but then I was told by a friend recently that I'm a jazz musician, and everything he's ever heard me play is jazz.
Hence the Sax Man.
Yes.
And do you love it? Are you going to get a tattoo somewhere on your arm? This is the Sax Man.
Probably not.
Oh, okay.
Probably not, because I also play other instruments, so
Oh,
I wouldn't want to have all those all over my body.
Are you like that guy from Mary Poppins, Dick Van Dyke?
No, but I know a guy in town just like that, Johnny Harp.
No way.
He literally is a one-man band. He wanted me to jam with him one time, and I couldn't make it. But yeah, he literally does that. He wears the drum thing, and
That's so
yeah,
cool.
he plays 7 instruments all at once. That's not me. I just play them all individually.
Oh.
So what else do you play?
I started playing guitar as a kid, badly, because I'm too lazy to practice or take lessons. And then I got a drum kit given to me for my oldest daughter when she was about 5. And I sat down behind that kit one night and just started playing along with a CD. And I did that for 20 years or so. And I played with some bands, and I did it okay, but it's kind of hard to play in an apartment and by yourself. And so then during COVID, I needed something to sort of get my mind working and to fight the isolation and get outdoors. And so I found a used saxophone on Facebook Marketplace, and I bought it, and I just went out to a park, and I just started making noises on it and trying to make it sound like music, and the rest is,
So
they
you're
say, it's
totally
history.
self-taught.
Yes.
On all the instruments?
Yes.
Wow, that's impressive and inspiring.
The only inspiring part to me, I think, is that I was 49 years old when I started playing the saxophone. And a lot of people come up to me and they go, oh, I played sax, or I played the clarinet in high school. And oh, I've always wanted to play an instrument, but now I'm 60 or whatever. And to me, it's like it's never too late to learn something, and especially music.
Yeah.
And music is such a remarkable tool for mental health. Like mine, at least. Might not be good for other people's mental health, me playing music sometimes, especially when I was learning.
If it was country music, I'd jump in the river.
Yes, true. That's pretty common, I think. I do play some country, though.
Okay.
I do get requests.
Well, it's okay.
But yeah, I honestly think music saved my life.
Why?
You go through COVID, everybody's isolated. I went through a relationship breakup. I was living alone in a basement suite, and I started hearing voices. And I was like, what the heck? And then I realized I was talking to myself out loud, and it had been so long since I heard somebody else talking, I didn't realize what it was. And I was like, okay, I got to do something here to get out of my head. And so playing music was really good for me, especially the way I did it, because I couldn't play music in a basement suite in an apartment because it's too loud.
For sure.
So I'd go to a park, and I'm like, okay, there's not too many people here, so I can make noise, but everybody was so supportive. And back then, the geese and the ducks would just flock around me.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, this is so cool. I must be great.
They love the honking.
That's exactly what it turned out to be, because as I got better and progressed, they stopped coming around as much. So I'm like, I guess it's good. I don't quite sound like I'm one of them.
Yeah.
But it's been amazing.
The whole leaving the house just to go to the park itself was probably a big step too.
Also, one thing that's I think underestimated is the breathing. So when you're playing a woodwind instrument, there's a lot of rhythmic breathing, cyclic breathing they call it. I swim laps at the Y, and after a certain amount of time, I get what the runner's high from swimming. But it's from the constant steady breathing. It's the oxygen in your brain, I guess, I'm told. And it's like, I feel fantastic. And it's not the exercise, it's the breathing that's doing it.
Yeah.
I get the same thing from playing the saxophone for an hour. So I think that also kind of elevates the mood. And then interacting with people in the park is probably my favorite thing. I've met so many people from around the world, and they tell me their stories. And some of them are like, oh, you made my day. It's just what I needed to just sit and relax. And so to me, it's just the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah. Very cool. Is there an instrument that you're interested in learning, like another wind instrument?
Well, technically, I guess I can play all of them now.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities.
Yeah,
between
all the
them.
saxophones are the same.
Yeah,
they're just
you
same
could probably
fingering, everything.
jump on the clarinet pretty easily too.
I don't know that I could play the flute because you got to spit into them.
And the way that you blow is quite a bit different.
Yes,
I think,
it's like
too. Yeah,
as opposed to just let her go.
But anything that's got a reed, you could probably.
Yeah.
Maybe not oboe.
Yeah,
Oboe's
probably
weird?
no. It's too high and shrill and weird. But I think if I could play anything else, I would like the piano. I can play it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think now I don't really feel like learning another instrument. I finally found one that I want to get better at. So I enjoy this, and it's a good way to interact with people, and I really love it.
It's a lot more portable than a piano too.
It is much, and drums. Like it's just so easy. Like I used to go to open mics, and even now I'll do a little gig at a winery or something, and they're like, "Well, how much time do you need to set up? How much space do you need?" And I'm like, literally, this area around a stool is all I require, and I'll be set up and turned down in 5 minutes. And they're like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, because I don't have to set up guitars and mic stands and pedals and stuff to hold my sheet music, and I play all by ear." So if I can hear the song and I can figure out the key, I can play it. And so it just makes it so much easier. I just stream my music from my phone to my speaker, and I just play along with that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was there something about the saxophone that you were initially interested in, or was it just sort of a happenstance that's what you found on Facebook Marketplace?
When I was in grade 7, I wanted to play the saxophone because I thought all the girls would fall in love with me. And after a month of that, I thought my mouth was broken and it wouldn't work ever. So I was like every 12-year-old, I wasn't instantly good at it, so I got rid of it.
So you started in the 7th grade?
In the 7th grade. I played for a month in the 7th grade, the tenor saxophone. And I wasn't immediately good, so I quit.
I did alto,
Did you?
7th grade, yeah.
Yeah.
And then switched to drums in the 8th grade.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And then, I don't remember what the question was now.
What drew you to the sax when you decided to pick one up in later life?
Well, I always liked it in like the 80s, growing up in the 70s,
So much
80s.
great sax.
Like so much good music in the 80s with sax solos, not guitar solos.
Yeah.
And as a guitar player, I love a good guitar solo, but the saxophone was just something a little bit more oomph.
Yeah.
And I just thought that is so cool. And then when COVID came around and I started thinking about it, I was listening to a lot more variety of music because I had so much time on my hands. So I'd have Spotify, I'd have YouTube. And there was a lot of music coming out of Europe where they improvise with a DJ, or there's a couple artists that sell out 50,000 seat coliseums for them to play the saxophone with either a symphony behind them or just their own electronic house music.
Right.
And it's so popular there. And then I realized I'm not a very good singer, and the saxophone is the instrument most closely
To a voice. Yeah.
because of the vibration. So the saxophone and the violin are very similar that way.
Huh.
And I cannot play the violin no matter how much I've ever tried. So, but I really like it. I just think it's very unique. Nobody else does it.
It is an under utilized instrument in sort of like modern music, I think, and even just what people want to play.
One of the problems too is that it's not a symphony instrument.
Right.
The symphony here has a few saxophone players.
Why isn't it a symphony instrument?
Because other instruments do what it does better. So they've got violins that have the vibrato. They've got the horn section that can give the oomph.
Yeah.
It's just never really been like it is a classical, like the alto sax is a classical, it has classical applications, but it doesn't show up in a lot of symphonies anymore.
Huh.
So I don't really know. So because of that, kids don't tend to continue on after school because it's like, well, there's nowhere for me to play, so what am I going to do? And to me, I think musical education should be more than just teaching them classical music. It's
a business.
Teach them how to play it and have fun with it. And if you have fun at something, you're going to stick with it.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
I'm like, money. You're like, fun.
Yeah.
No, money.
Different generations.
I always feel like if I want to try something new, like a new hobby or learn a new skill, I have to somehow be great at it and make money at it. Like,
And you know what?
do you
I've
feel the
done
same?
that. I've
Oh.
done that. And that's the problem. So every hobby I've ever taken up seriously, I've turned into a business and then quit.
Oh, why?
So I love to scuba dive.
Oh.
Had advanced training, became an instructor. It's a business now. It's work. I don't do it anymore. I love to snowmobile in the mountains, so I became a backcountry snowmobile guide. I got tired of digging people out of the snow. I quit snowmobiling. I loved riding dirt bikes and motocross, so I became a professional racer. Terrible, really terrible. But it just became, I had to do things and represent things and wear this gear and use those parts. And it was just, nope, don't want to do that.
I see.
So every hobby I ever had, whether I was good at it or not, became a business.
Yeah.
And then it's work now.
Yeah.
So music has been I've been very careful to make sure that I come back to the park and play for free.
Make sure that it's still fun no matter what you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you can get into the habit of playing the same 60 minutes worth of music for seniors' homes or whatever, and it's the same thing over and over. And it's like, oh, I don't need to practice that. I know it off the back of my head or whatever the saying is. And it's just, you start to dread it, and it's like, oh, I got to go to work. And it's like, whoa, okay, get down, play some new music, play it poorly, get people dancing on the beach or something. And that always sort of brings you back around. And there's not really any money to be made in music anyway.
Especially with the sax.
Especially with the sax. Although I'm the only one in town, which is why I believe I get people.
You do get some, yeah.
Because everyone else plays the guitar and sings. So it's like you've got 500 of them to choose from, or the Sax Man.
Where are you next? Where are you going to play next? You gotta check your calendar.
Yeah, I'd have to check my calendar. I know I've got something. I think probably the next real thing is Monte Creek Winery, July 3rd.
Nice.
I love that one. I do Bravado.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I love that. It's just so relaxing, the atmosphere. Everybody's just sort of sitting around in the grass or in chairs and sipping wine and eating
But I think
cheese
you
and crackers.
make it relaxing. I feel like
Yeah,
you're
but
part of
wine,
that.
wine is pretty relaxing on its own.
It's,
Yeah.
I think both are, the
I
sax
think I
helps the
contribute-
wine, the
I
wine helps
contribute
the
to it,
sax.
but-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start drinking wine while I'm playing.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens there. Could be
Some cheese
disaster.
too. Why not?
Yeah, bring some wine, cheese with that wine. Yeah. But no, it's been really good, and like I said, it's allowed me to meet a lot of new people. I've been playing here and had a couple celebrating their 50th anniversary from Texas, and they came up and they asked me if I could play a song for them, and then they danced up and down the beach.
Aww.
Like this little 75-year-old couple dancing up and down the beach. And I'll see people that'll be sitting and they're not interacting with me at all. They just sit down, but they don't leave. And then after an hour or so, they'll come over and they'll just say, "Thanks, I was having a bad day. Made my day." And it's like, you know what? That's all I really want.
I was gonna say, is that more rewarding than getting? you know,
Absolutely.
Cash.
Absolutely. And there's like I said, like that's way more rewarding than the little pennies that I get.
Oh, you still get pennies?
Yeah, not
Ah,
really.
pennies are cool.
They're not even supposed to be in circulation
That's
anymore.
right. Okay, I was exaggerating. I get nickels, but
That's worth 5 pennies. What are you
exactly.
complaining about?
But I've had great interactions with locals, from international students, from TRU, from tourists, homeless people in town. They'll come up and listen. They've been very, very appreciative of the music. And
Good.
it's just, to me, I moved to Kamloops 5 years ago. I started playing right away. And it's just, that's how I sort of settled in and made this my home. And I absolutely love this community now.
Nice.
What brought you to Kamloops?
COVID was over, and my parents and my sister and her family were living here, and I was living up north, and my job ended because of COVID, and I was like, I got nowhere to go, and I don't really know anybody up here now, so I might as well go visit. And I was like, hey, I like it down here. The weather's way better.
COVID
So
was such a reset for everybody. Like,
I believe that COVID was terrible and the worst thing that could ever happen to society, but it was also the best thing that could ever happen to people too.
yeah, like
It's
yeah,
what you chose to make of it.
yeah. It really highlights the bad people or the good people. It shows your true character, and
Well, some people, I know of some people have sort of an outlook on life, and then something traumatic happens to them. Like me, my leg, for instance. And then all of a sudden, this sexy thing. And then all of a sudden, it's like their whole perspective shifts, and you would think that it would take a bitter person and make them worse, but sometimes this tragic experience makes them appreciate life.
true.
It can, yeah.
Some people it will be, and maybe there's something deep down that it's just sort of opening up, and that's who they really were, and now this experience has just sort of let it out. Because there's also people who are sort of positive and have a good outlook, and then something bad happens, and then they're bitter and they're really ruined by the experience.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think you have to sort of try to focus on what good outcomes can come from it. Like, I was 18 when I had my motorcycle accident. I was young, I was healthy, and all of a sudden everything changed within minutes.
Wow.
And I always thought I handled it really well, but then I was encouraged to start writing, journaling after years later, just to sort of get perspective on it. And I realized, wow, I've handled a lot of things very poorly. And then I've stopped writing for 10 years or so and started writing again, but I had to go back and reread the things I wrote about, and I'm like, wow, I didn't handle those things as well as I thought either. So I think it's good for people to go back and sort of re-examine where they've come from in their journey. And
That's just growing, man.
yeah, I guess. To me, it's profound, but it's probably what everybody discovered all along.
I mean, I think everyone has, their experiences that strike them as profound, that change them, that, maybe to someone on the outside, they would look at it and go like, it doesn't do anything for me. But like to the individual, it has that impact. Do you want to talk a little bit about your accident? Because I think, before we started streaming, you mentioned that, that is a big part of like why you are who you are today.
Yeah, I think it was more formative on me than just about anything. I was 18 years old. I was unemployed at the time. I was riding home from applying for work, and 2 blocks from my house, a drunk driver drove through an intersection and ran me over. And so I sustained extensive injuries on my left side, and I was left paralyzed on that side. And so for years I was having reconstructive surgeries, trying to fix the leg, trying to do what they could. Finally, after 16 years of like too much pain and broken bones, I was just like, it's got to go. So I elected to have the leg taken off.
I thought it was cut up.
No, I wish. I wish it would have happened. But the cool thing is because so much time had passed and I had all that to deal with, it wasn't traumatic for me to lose it as much. It wasn't like I was healthy one day and young and I wake up and my leg is gone. It was...
You had time to kind of process it.
Exactly. I had 4 days. I went into a surgeon on a Friday and went on through the consultation, and they wanted to take it above the knee, and because the knee is in bad shape. And I said, I don't think that's the right thing for me. I think this knee is still better than an artificial one.
Yeah.
I said, I want it below the knee. And he says, well, let's just take it off where you want it taken off, and if we're not happy, we'll just keep cutting until we are. I was like, perfect.
Such a weird conversation.
It is. So he says, go up to the front desk, make an appointment. We're really backed up. It'll be probably 6 months. So I thought, okay, that gives me 6 months to sort this out. I get to the front desk. The lady hangs up the phone. She says, you want an appointment? I was like, yes, ma'am. She says, how's Tuesday sound? I just had a cancellation.
Wow.
So it was Friday, Saturday. Yeah, 3 days.
Did that seem a little too soon?
It was a little bit like, whoa.
Yeah.
But then it was like, okay, let's just do it.
But because you'd had that 16 years as well of the struggle, and
so for me it was a little bit more like, let's just get this going. I want to get reset.
Yeah.
And so the experience was amazing. I went in for the surgery on the Tuesday. I was out of the hospital on the Wednesday. I was up on crutches right away. The following week, they cast me for a prosthetic. The week after that, I had the staples out so I could start wearing the prosthetic, and I immediately started walking up and down stairs, wherever, no crutches, canes. 3 weeks I was playing tennis with my children.
Shut up!
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then at 5 months,
Oh my God.
I started my electrical apprenticeship, and then at 6 months, I learned how to downhill ski at Lake Louise.
Amazing.
So, and it's not like it was, I can tell the story and go, oh man, that's so incredible, but if it had happened to me when I was 18, it would have probably taken me years to just get my head wrapped around.
Right.
So it wasn't like it was that great of a thing for me. I was just raring to go. So I can do that. I can try that. I'm not letting anything hold me back. I'm not disabled. I'm capable. Don't listen to anybody that's newly injured. Say that. You're disabled. Slow down. Slow down. Like all the rest of my body is injured since this because I wasn't slowing down.
Right.
Multiple head injuries, neck injuries, back injuries, rebroke this. I had another accident on the 28th anniversary of the first accident.
Which is bonkers.
I know. And that anniversary is in 3 days. So I'm not leaving the house. I'm not leaving the house.
Watch out for motorcycles and drunk drivers.
Yes, the scooter is staying parked. I'm not going anywhere. June 4th is not a
meteorite
good day
crashes through a home in Kamloops.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, all of this, if I were you, I'd write a book. Have you ever written a book before?
Yes, that was a very, very clever segue.
Nicely done.
Very, very nicely done. You're a professional.
I was like, bring up the
You
book
do
already.
this. So I was told to start writing this stuff down, and it just was sort of a blog. I was like, well, I got to find some place to, because I'm going to lose it. I lose everything. So I'll find somewhere online. So I just tell a story, and I'm like, well, how do I do this? So I'll just start by telling a little bit about myself when I was a kid growing up. Then tell a bit about the story of the accident. And okay, this is sort of a chapter, an episode of the blog about this was what happened, and then this was part of my recovery, and well, now I'll talk about learning how to walk again. And then it's like, okay, well, what's an experience I had because of this? Well, sports. So I talk about my history of sports as a kid, then playing hockey as an amputee, to playing wheelchair basketball, which is something I'm very actively participating in now as a player and as a coach. And
not as a job?
Not as a job. I don't think that's possible. No, not as a job. And then so I'd write all about that. And then there's a chapter about music and how I used to play music. And it's not all directly related to the leg, but I think everything kind of comes back to that in some way. Like my riding bicycles. I cracked my head open riding a bike when I was 4 because I was just crazy. And then I was racing long distance cycling after this had happened. And just all these different things that sort of are coming back, and everything relates to how I was before and the type of person I was and what am I like now in comparison.
Yeah.
And I think I'm a lot more outgoing. I know I'm more positive because I was a pessimist. Everything was... I still have problems with mental health issues, anxiety and that kind of thing, but I don't overthink things to the death now. It's not like, that's the worst it's going to ever be. And I think I have a definitely a better outlook on things because it could be worse.
You still have one leg.
Exactly. I recently had a couple of surgeries. I had this knee replaced, and it was a very tricky surgery because of the injuries that are there, and because I'm an amputee. And the doctor was like, I don't know, like the types of stuff you need done has never been done before. And so I said, if it comes down to it and you don't think you can do the surgery, just cut the leg off higher. Just get rid of the knee altogether if it's not going to work. I don't want you to wake me up, have to reschedule me, tell me the bad news. Just do it and we'll deal with it after. And then the same thing happened with the hip. If it's got to come off at the hip, it comes off at the hip. There were problems with it, but it worked out in the end, and I was happy. He was happy. But it's like I could be dwelling on the negatives of it, but it is what it is. It's not going to change if I'm miserable.
No,
but that's interesting because, I do think a lot of people in circumstances like that would have gone the opposite route. Would have seen this and been like, oh, my life is sucks now. It's horrible. Like, what's happened to me and how am I going to survive and yada, yada, yada.
I've spent a lot of time over the years mentoring people. I wouldn't call it counseling because I'm not a counselor, but telling my story. And I tried to spend time on some of the online forums on Facebook for amputees, and people would have questions. And going through, I look at the answers that are given, and everybody's journey is different.
Yeah.
And so all I can do is say, hey, if you want to read my journey and ask me questions, here it is. There's a link to it. Click on it. Read everything you want. But I can't tell you why I do what I do or how it was for me, because I guarantee you it's going to be different for you. So you get some people out there who are like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened and life isn't worth living anymore and I'll never get a date. And then there's other people who are like, oh, I'm so glad this happened to me. It's so cool being an amputee. I'm like, oh, you're in denial. It's nice that you're trying, but you're completely in denial. It's going to hit you one of these days. But and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. Sometimes they really are. Like, I'm so glad I'm alive, and that's all it cost me was my leg.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully I'll get the book published one of these days and get it out there. I've had a publisher look at it, and she says it's definitely a story that people should read, and so that's nice. And I've had some
self-publishing is a more and more accessible thing these days, too.
Yeah,
Todd's a writer.
It just costs money is the problem.
Yeah, to some extent, yeah.
Yeah, but...
Or you have to, do it through Amazon.
Yeah,
which is,
give them all of your royalties.
Well, some.
60%, isn't it?
Depends. Yeah. I think you can get it down to 30%.
Oh, really? I should talk to you after this is over.
Right. Possibly, yeah.
Maybe I should just get you to read my book. I need somebody to proofread it.
But you have to read his script then.
That's fine.
Because he writes that.
Well,
I'm just bragging.
I don't have any scripts that I want to share right now.
Trade reading material.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's I don't know. It's been a good experience for me, and I think about things that I would change in my life. And there's people who say, "Oh, you should never have regrets." If you don't have regrets, you didn't learn anything.
Yeah, for sure.
But that one is like, you know what? I would never choose to get injured like that again. But I really am happy with where I am today because of the path I've taken, which has been rough at times. But the person I am today, I think, could very well be a better version than the person who wouldn't have had that.
Yeah. And that's the thing, I think, when because, certainly I look back on things in my life and been like, well, I could have done that differently, I could have done that differently. But at the same time, I look at where I am right now, and I'm very happy with the life that I have, and I have no idea how far off course of that happiness I would be if I'd done anything different, So I think there's a balance of acknowledging that, you made bad decisions or have regrets, but that maybe it wouldn't be better if you could go back and change that either,
Yeah, I had, there was like that fork in the road with two different realities. I could have bought the motorcycle with the money I had saved up, or insured my truck, or gone on a vacation. If I had gone on the vacation, I could have probably gotten stabbed in Jamaica or something. Like, that's where my mind went. It was like, yeah.
Were there a lot of Jamaican stabbings at the time, or
I don't know. This was 1990, and I was not a very well-traveled 18-year-old.
Fair enough.
But that's where my head went. It was like, okay, but yeah, I could have had a great vacation, or it could have been so much worse than my accident was.
Right? Yeah. Just can't know. Yeah.
But I've had lots of adventures, lots and lots of adventures. So there's a song that I was told by somebody, I'd never heard of the band before, but there's a song out there called 100 Bad Days. And this person told me about the song and said, I think this is probably your life's motto, 100 Bad Days. Because you go through and the chorus says, 100 bad days makes for 100 good stories, and 100 good stories makes you interesting at parties. And this person told me, you're the most interesting person I've ever met at a party. So I got lots to say.
Yeah.
And it's fun because I think it's the connections. I think I've always craved connection, and whether it's the saxophone, or it's my writing, or being in the park, or talking to kids about my prosthetic leg. Like, I was in an elementary school for a few days just volunteering, teaching a PE class to grade 2s and 3s how to play wheelchair basketball. And seeing them look at my leg and ask questions, and then, okay, that's cool, let's play ball.
Yeah.
It was like just seeing them light up, and this is cool, and they didn't think anything negative, or, oh, that's weird. And
I think a lot of people are afraid to even acknowledge, an injury, or or go there.
Kids are not.
But kids,
parents.
their parents are the ones like, don't stare, don't,
I've
whatever.
got a chapter in my book about that, about people's reactions, and I literally had a little kid about 3 years old standing there in the grocery store staring at my leg, and I was just sort of smiling, and the mother comes running up, grabs him by the hand, don't stare, run! And she grabs him by the hand, and they ran out of the store. I was like, looking around, and I'm like, is it me? Like, I can't even chase you. I can't run. And I felt like that was
they
one
were
of the,
depending on that.
Yeah,
that
how
was
did that
one
make
of
you
the
feel?
few times I've really felt different.
Yeah.
And
in a bad way?
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
do you want people to look at you and say run?
No.
To be fair, maybe that's happened to you. Has that?
Wear your fly costume.
Yeah,
Then we'll talk. But it was just different. But for the most part, like at the Y, I'll have little kids will be looking, and the parents will usually say, "Hey, why don't you ask him what happened to his leg? Is it okay?"
And do you like that?
I love it. Absolutely love it. And for the most part, most amputees who are healthy appearing, so we have a lot in our community that have health problems, lifestyle problems.
Yeah.
That's why they're where they are. I wouldn't ask them because I don't think you get a positive response. But there's a lot of people in the community that are very active. They don't let it hold them back, and they would love to be asked about their story. Because, like I always tell my friends, if you can't tease me about my leg or about my brain injury issues, my memory, then we can't be friends. Because then if you can't tease me about that, then I know you're not totally comfortable around me. And I think friends have to be comfortable enough to be able to joke about the things you're most sensitive about. To me. Not everybody, but to me, I think they do. That's what makes me feel like, okay, you're okay with me.
Yeah. You're on the same page.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have people, they tease me about playing jazz. They tease me about how I play basketball, and it's all good. I'm good with that because I'll give it right back. In fact, usually it's them giving it back to me because I
started it.
Yes, always.
Are there pictures in your book?
Yes.
Ooh, what kind?
I tried to find pictures from back when I was younger. So I've got a few pictures after the accident. I was so much younger and I had so much hair and I was so skinny. Like I was 180 pounds the day before my accident and I went down to 120.
Oh.
And I was lean
Yeah.
before the accident. So I was like it was all gone. But then because I've done so many different types of activities, I've included pictures of me when I was a firefighter.
Oh, cool.
I've included pictures of me scuba diving and underwater stuff in those chapters. I got pictures of my dirt bike and pictures playing music and my guitars, and I think there's a picture of my drum set up somewhere in there. And I just tried to include as much of my life as I could find. I'm still trying to dig up old pictures, but when I was younger, they didn't have cameras and phones. So there's no pictures of me anywhere.
Yeah, but mom and dad probably have
Nope.
some. They don't have
No,
dorky photos of you?
No, they got pictures of my little sister because they could afford a camera when they had her.
Oh.
So-
Are you like 200 years old?
Pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Pretty much.
Before
like,
cameras were invented.
yes, like they had to put the hood over them. And you had to sit there and
move
not
for like
smile.
15 minutes.
You couldn't smile. Yeah, that was me. Like, you know the pitchfork guy and his mom?
Oh, you're that guy?
That's me.
Oh, yeah. Are you human?
I'm partly robot.
Yeah.
Cyborg.
My granddaughter, she sometimes calls me Papa Robot.
Papa Robot.
My nephew.
That's a cool name.
My nephew used to call me Uncle Robot.
You're more like a Terminator.
Yeah, I like to think so.
Yeah.
Probably more like Wall-E though.
Well, maybe.
Would you ever do film?
Film, like,
Well, just dabble into like music production for film.
actually, I'm starting to make my own music videos. I started out because my mom lives far away, so the only way I could send her stuff, my music, was to record it and then put it attached to a video. So I'd just take like a video from a trip to Mexico or something where the ocean's coming in and out, and I'd loop it for 5 minutes
Nice.
and put my music below it and send it. And I was like, that was fun. So then I'd do it again with a different thing. And then I was asking people for videos from around Kamloops. So I've got one, it's Louis Armstrong's What a Wonderful World. And it's drone footage of the Kamloops area.
Oh, wow.
And there's like a footage of a flock of deer. Is that what deers are, or flocks?
Herd.
A herd of deer.
That's a bird.
I've heard of deer too. Yeah, I've heard of deer. I just mentioned them. But it comes, the drone comes down and it's filming them, and it's just, I love it. And so I put that song to it. And then I want to start making my own videos, like filming people. I've started to get into knowing more of the acting community. I opened up for the film festival in town, so I was able to meet directors.
Yeah.
My big life's goal as a film person is to appear in the background playing my saxophone of a sappy Hallmark movie filmed in Kamloops.
Oh, let's do that.
But I think I'm supposed to be an extra in a film they're filming in Merritt here this month.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm an amputee.
Right.
They're looking for amputees, so I got to remember to
you're
send
the
them
guy.
pictures. So yeah,
I wonder what it's for. I guess you can't really talk about it.
I don't know if I
Secrets.
can or not.
Yeah,
I know what the
Oh,
title
sorry.
is.
Oh, sometimes they change the title.
I know. It's a film about veterans at a ranch to rehabilitate. And ironically, I used to have horses, and I used to know people who had a ranch
There you go.
that helped rehabilitate
Oh my
veterans. So, yeah, so
Wow.
I still have to send them headshots and everything to see if I'll
Leg
fit.
shot.
But leg shots, yes.
Just stare into the camera right now, and we'll timestamp it or whatever. Let's do it right now.
Yeah, give them
Rawr.
a look.
Yeah, but yeah, no. And then a buddy of mine, he's a filmmaker in town, and he's got some ideas he wants me to
Oh,
appear in.
who's that?
Ryan from Kamloops.
Oh my God, we can't stop hearing about
I
him.
know.
We were
Crossing
talking
paths with
about
him everywhere. I know.
Yeah.
He's always getting our stories before we get them, too.
Oh no,
Not that he's competition.
No,
of course not. We're all in this together.
We're all
Yeah.
in this together.
And that's kind of what I love about this too. Like, I've met so many really great, interesting people because I play a noisy brass instrument. And I've met great musicians who are super supportive. I've met filmmakers and I've met actors, and I've gone to film festival workshops and met directors of music of films debuting at film festivals all over the world. And it's
There you
just
go.
been such a cool experience. Like,
Yeah.
I would have never thought in a million years when I was a kid that I would be playing music in front of people and meeting people in the film industry. And I have no aspirations of fame or fortune or anything. It's just there's lots of cool stories.
But sometimes people like you just end up in film because you just have so many things.
There's jokes made about that.
What?
I'm going to end up in film. Yeah, on the nightly news.
I've always wanted to be on the news.
I've been on the news a lot.
Really?
I've been on the news here twice, playing music. They've done the credits, the closing credits of the 5 o'clock news. I'm sitting there playing at the sunset twice. They interviewed me once. When I was 19 years old, I was living in Vancouver, and we went up to Mount Seymour, and we were suntanning, and that was the week that the province newspaper came out with their UV ratings. But the way the UV ratings they came out with were really complicated. It was like a formula you had to figure out. So BC TV News came up, and they were interviewing everybody, and they got to me, and they're like, so does the new findings that they released in the newspaper change how you tan? And I said, I didn't go to university to understand how to figure out my sun protection factor. I said, when they come out with a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you're a baked potato, and 1 is it's nighttime on a moonless night, then I'll take it into account. 2 weeks later, they started putting the UV ratings from 1 to 9. So I'm taking credit for everybody in this province that didn't get skin cancer.
That's cool.
Wow, that's
my legacy.
That's your legacy.
That's my legacy. I've saved so many lives.
So many people. That's a documentary waiting to happen.
Exactly. I can't believe they haven't made that story. Like, that's got to be some kind of a Netflix special at least.
Right?
Yeah.
8 parts starring Nicolas Cage.
He's pretty crazy. He could do it.
Yeah.
He could do it.
Do you have like a regular time that you're down here in Riverside Park, or do you just kind of wing it?
No, I used to play a lot more. I usually play down the other end of the park. There's a flat rock sort of beside the big Hope sign. I sit there because it's easier. It's less intrusive to everybody because I am conscious of not trying to ruin people's experience. I used to come down every day when the weather was good. I was struggling with some motivation issues this year, and the weather wasn't great, and so I've only gotten out a couple times. And then I'm busier now.
Yep.
I'm trying to work part-time when my injuries allow me to. So I'm not as available. I find that I'm in bed with a migraine a lot. But yeah, if I can be there. I've had a lot of people saying, why don't you let us know? So on my social media, I'll now post in my stories, hey, I'm going to Riverside Park. I'll be here between 1 and 3 today or something.
What are those socials in case somebody wants to keep on top of where you're going to be?
So important. Well, my Facebook is closed, but if you're a person I know, Jeremy Gutoski on Facebook, my Instagram is also closed.
Close it.
Yeah,
private, I guess.
It's private.
Yeah.
My Instagram is Sax Man _ from Kamloops. From _ Kamloops. Yeah, I had to actually include Sax Man because that's all anybody knows me as now. And then I have a YouTube channel with just some of those goofy videos I've made, which is the Sax Man from Kamloops, separated by underscores. So
you may need to look at a public socials that
I just don't like the fact that just anybody could follow me.
Yeah.
I have a good following. I think I have like 2,500 followers now.
Oh, okay. And those are people you consider friends?
No,
okay.
That's Instagram.
No.
Instagram is not private.
My Facebook is about 40 people.
Right, okay.
And I literally know everyone.
Yeah.
So if I know you on Facebook, I know you.
Right.
Wow.
If you're on Instagram, hey, come out to a show or enjoy a song or something or whatever. I try to support other content creators too.
Totally.
Like, I think it's really important to be supportive of each other. Like, some people are trying to make a living, and some people are trying to promote their business. Some people are just trying to promote self-health. And like, we have a lot of people in our community that are trying to make a difference by going, look at my journey. I've come so far, and I'm going to keep going farther, and come with me on my journey. And I think it's important to be supportive of that kind of thing.
Yeah, totally.
It's not just the physical journey, it's their mental and emotional.
It's honestly, I think it is the mental and emotional journey that they're really on.
Yeah.
The physical is just how they're getting there.
Yeah.
And I think that's important too. I keep hoping it'll motivate me to stop eating so much sugar.
What? We're not allowed to talk about that.
Yeah, no.
He
That
said-
was off limits.
You said,
right.
don't ask me about...
No.
Oh,
Off limits
that-
topics is sugar. Yeah.
Sugar is the devil.
Okay.
Do you have any original music that you can share?
I do have some. So I don't technically write a lot of music. I try to. I find backing tracks online of non-copyrighted music. A lot of it is house music. It's generally put out by people to say, hey, here you go, use it. See if you can practice your music with it. Use it to improve your skills. Exactly. So I do a lot of that kind of stuff. So I've found a few tracks that I really sort of clicked with, and I've had a few people really like them. I've got one that I'm told should appear in a video game. It's really dramatic and sort of housey vibe, but I enjoy it. I think that's the way I'd like to go, because a lot of my shows that I do, or a lot of the music I play, is I just stream a Spotify playlist. So I'll play along to whatever contemporary music is there, literally what you hear on the radio, and I'll play along with it. But I also have an app where I can play without the vocal in it, so it sounds like the original, but there's nobody singing it. So I'll play along with that, and I kind of prefer that. But then getting to be creative and noodle and do my own thing is really what I like the best, which ultimately is why I'm told everything sounds like jazz, because I kind of end up doing one of those little things to everything, and I guess that's jazzing it up. That's what it means. So,
do you ever pick up the guitar anymore, or?
No, I used to have an acoustic guitar a few years ago that I sold. It was gifted to me by an old friend who passed away, and I just couldn't bring myself to play anymore.
Yeah.
And so I don't have that. And then I discovered that I've got arthritis in my fingers that just makes playing the guitar a lot more difficult.
Does it affect your saxophone playing?
Some days for sure. I've got a degenerative joint or something in my thumb, so it locks up a lot. But yeah, some days there's weeks I can't play just because my hands hurt too much. But the saxophone is a lot easier on the fingers than the guitar, because the guitar is forming different structure shapes, chord shapes, whereas the saxophone, your fingers are just sitting on the buttons.
I see.
I just pressed or not, right? Yeah.
That's right. It's like piano, except way less buttons. Keys, I guess, is the technical term that us musicians would use.
Yeah, that's a regret of mine. I wish I learned music.
It's such a shame that you're so old now that you're capable of learning.
I know.
Just figure it out. I know a gentleman from the Y. He was 71. He's like, oh, I wish I could have learned the piano. I'm like, just go do it.
Do it, yeah.
So he did it for a while, and he's like, I realized I don't really like the piano. I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to stick with it. It's not like you're my 5-year-old kid, and I'm like, you play the piano.
Right.
But I do think it's important that the other thing is I think everybody is good at something.
Yeah.
Most people don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Because they haven't tried enough.
Yeah.
Like, I know some sports I'm really good at. I also know some sports I am terrible at. But it's because I tried so many. I know that there's instruments I can play, and there's instruments like the violin I will never play, because it just doesn't work in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay.
That's right. There's nothing wrong with that. But I did try enough different hobbies, instruments, sports to be able to go, okay, yeah, I can't do this one.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing, is to go, you know what, I'm not afraid of failing.
Yeah.
Like
At any age.
my oldest
At any
daughter,
age.
she was like, I've tried so many hobbies and failed, Dad, I feel like a loser. I'm like, what do you think? Why do you think I still try new hobbies all the time? Like, do you know what you're good at and what you like? Well, yeah. How did you figure that out? Was it the first thing you tried? No. Probably was the 30th thing you tried.
Yeah.
So keep trying, and sometime you'll find something that'll click.
I think a lot of people, though, as they get older, they find that, either it feels too daunting to try to learn something new, or that they don't have as much free time as they once did, and especially when you're first starting out and you're not good at it, and the first time you start anything, you're just not going to be good at it.
Yep.
And getting used to feeling that and having to push through it, I think, is challenging for a lot of people who, at a certain point in their life, they're good at most of the things that they're doing on a regular basis.
Yeah, I can put on my pants. I can tie my own shoes. I can cook a meal. Because you do those things. You have to do those things. I think as a society, we're too used to not failing. Mm-hmm. We need to succeed. You got to succeed right away.
And post about it.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Brag about it.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is there's so much of that idea that you see all these people taking fabulous vacations and oh my wonderful life and oh my wonderful fitness and look at my abs and all this stuff. You don't see what it took to get there.
Yeah. Which
could very well be totally fake. They didn't really get there. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail over and over and over again. Like that's what builds character. That's what makes you a human. Is failing and getting back up. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, if you're jogging along the side of the road and you trip and fall in the ditch, you don't just lay there and go, okay, well, I guess I'll lay here till I die.
Well, it depends if you drank or...
Well, even if you drank, you probably sober up enough to go, okay, it's time to drag my butt out here.
You're just laying there waiting to die and you just sober up and it's the next morning.
Just
like,
go on
well,
without
now I'm
me.
hungry.
Leave me behind. I'm so dramatic. But that's
Did you
the
bring me
thing.
a sandwich, though? It's going to be
I
here
don't
a
want to
while.
die quite yet. I don't want to die from hunger. Just exposure. But that's the thing. Like, we're so used to having to be a success right away. Yeah. And kids especially. And look at me when I was in grade 7. Like, I couldn't play the saxophone immediately, so I quit. And I think that's so common, is we don't want to waste time if we're not going to get great at it. If I knew I was going to become a great pianist, I would buy a grand piano and dedicate the time. But I don't know if I'm going to or not. So what should I do?
Also, what if you turn out to be a great pianist, but you don't like the piano?
That's
the other
daughter
thing too,
who's
right?
a remarkable artist. She just realized she hates it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, so? She's like, well, I feel guilty if I don't do it. I'm like, but if you hate it, why do it? It's like, because I feel like I should, because I spent so much time at it.
What type of art?
Oh, she's a great sketch. She can sketch anything, drawing, horses, people. She's the only person I know who can actually draw people's hands.
Oh, that's... And teeth.
Yes.
Hands and teeth are very
remarkable.
hard.
Yeah,
she doesn't like it because... Did it become a job for her?
No, it didn't, but there was other pressures on her for it. And she just felt like she was doing those because of the pressure. And she got very good at it because she felt like she should. But then she just recently was like, I've been doing this for 20 years and I don't like it. I feel stressed out when I do it. Like, then why do it? Like, because people think I should. I don't think you should. What do you like to do? I don't know, Dad. I tried baking, and she's a great baker, but I don't really love it. I'm like, just keep trying. It's okay to try.
Yeah.
But also, make cookies occasionally.
Well, for me, we're going up to visit her next week, so she better have some cookies for her old man.
Make some cookies for your dad. Do you want to say hi to your daughter?
Oh, hello.
Daughters? Or?
Daughters. I got Brittany up in Dawson Creek and Tanner, and then Mahaley and Regan, my daughter and her boyfriend, and my granddaughter, Serenity.
Aw, what a nice name.
Yes, she's a lovely child.
Wow.
But, yeah, so it's, I don't know, hopefully she'll grow up with the same kind of try everything attitude.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay to not make money.
And you know what? It's okay to not be good at anything too.
And it's okay to not like the thing that you're trying.
Yep.
And it's okay to not be good at something and keep doing it.
Yes.
To suck at the guitar, but still enjoy playing it or whatever it is.
Exactly. Because there's a certain point where you will improve.
Yeah.
You might not never be as good as you want to be. You might not never be. Does that even make sense? You might not never.
No, I think that's a double.
You might never be good enough to play in a band or to play a performance at Music in the Park or whatever. Yeah. But are you enjoying crashing those cymbals in your basement? Are you enjoying the twang of the guitar? Are you enjoying pretending you're a rock star in your basement? Mm-hmm. Then that's all that matters.
By the campfire with a guitar, just
exactly
strumming badly 3 chords.
Lip syncing in the bathroom mirror.
Yep.
Me.
Find something you enjoy that makes you happy and do it. It doesn't matter how good you are or how much you can monetize it or
Yeah.
That does seem like a big problem, sort of in the 2020s. Is this idea that everything that you do needs to be monetized? It needs to be, you need to be hustling.
Yeah.
If you're doing something that you cannot turn into a way to make money, it's a waste of time.
Or get clout.
Or get clout.
Well,
yeah.
I think part of it too is everything's so expensive. People are doing multiple jobs.
Yeah.
And so they're like, well, I already like to do such and such. Maybe there's a way I can turn this into a side hustle, and then I can quit one of my 3 jobs. And one of them will be something I enjoy doing.
Yes.
And so then there's that idea that if somebody else sees, oh, well, this person is making some money from playing music or from their art, I should be doing that too. Well, should you? Maybe not. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because don't take it from me. There's a lot of things I wish I still did as hobbies, but I have no desire to do them anymore. I was at White Cliff Park in West Vancouver, just around the corner from Horseshoe Bay. And I used to teach scuba diving there all the time. And I went down there one weekend. My wife was in a course. So I went down there, I took my speaker and my saxophone, and I just sat up in the rocks above the little bay where everybody goes in scuba diving.
Yeah.
And I sat up there and I played, and I watched people coming and going in their gear. And it was at that moment I realized I don't miss it anymore. I always thought there was that part of me that's like, oh, I should do it. I want to kind of do it, but I stopped loving it. And then I realized I don't miss it anymore.
Yeah.
And I came home and I sold all my gear. And I felt good about it. It was like, oh, this is taking up a whole bunch of space.
Closure.
It was definitely closure. I don't know if I would have come to the same conclusion if I hadn't been playing my saxophone, because that kind of replaced that.
Right.
And it kind of replaced that feeling, because scuba diving is a very calming, relaxing type of activity because you're weightless.
Right.
There's no sound. There's no noise. There's just the sound of your rhythmic breathing.
Yeah.
And that breathing is what calms you down. Like swimming or running or playing a woodwind instrument or singing.
Also getting into that, they call it flow state. So when you're making music or
Yeah.
whatever, when you're just not thinking about anything but just being in that moment, I think is also great.
It's very cool. There'll be times I've been playing here. Oh, somebody forgot their football. I'll be playing here and I just sort of close my eyes and I'm playing along, and the song ends and all of a sudden there's a bunch of applause and I look up and I was alone and now there's like 30 people sitting in the grass. And I'm like, whoa, sorry, I didn't know anybody was here. Now I feel kind of awkward. And they're like, oh no, well, we heard you playing across the park and we thought, oh, jazz. But then they're like, no, I recognize that song. And these are like 20-year-olds. And they're like, oh, I recognize that song. That's from the radio. And so they came and they sat and listened. And so that's when I thought I wasn't jazz. So young people don't think I'm jazz, but everybody else I think does.
I think you may need to accept a certain amount of jazz in your life.
Acceptance is one of the steps to recovery, is it not?
Yes.
But it's of all ages that your music attracts.
Yes.
Isn't it? That's
yes, it's so
super
cool. I'll do like some of the events downtown and I'll get little kids, little girls especially.
Oh, I don't know.
I thought you were handing it to me.
I just figured you might want to talk.
Okay.
Little girls are fascinated by it and they love to dance.
Yeah.
I get the little guys too, but the little girls will stop and their parents will just sort of wander away and I'll start laughing and keep a closer eye on the kid. But they'll be dancing away and then the parents will come back and
Run.
like trying to bring their kid. No, I don't get that anymore. Not in Kamloops. That was Saskatchewan.
Run, it's a saxophone.
Yeah, run, it's a saxophone.
Run, it's jazz.
That I would understand. That makes a lot of sense. I wouldn't even be offended. Like, that's good parenting.
Teach a respectful fear of jazz.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and that's kind of the other thing I forgot to mention too is motivational speaking. That's something I'd like to get into.
Okay. Yeah.
Because, like I was told once by somebody that to get into it, you need to be an expert at something. To be considered an expert at something, you have to basically have a book published about it. So I want to get my book published, then they'll consider me an expert about myself.
Right.
I know a guy that we interviewed him as well. I think his name's Jeremy. Oh my God. Everything happens for a reason, I
Everything
think.
comes back.
There you go.
But yeah, my friend Jeremy, my friend Kim's husband, he does
Like safety.
Yeah, motivational safety.
Workplace
more-
safety kind of stuff. Yeah.
Thank you for helping
That's
me.
very cool.
Yeah.
Well, and I've been asked to talk to like hospitals, surgical wards, that kind of thing, Just basically my experience. I've mentored a lot of people that were having to decide whether they wanted an amputation. I've talked to people who had the amputation. I've spoken to a few people with spinal cord injuries because of the connection to wheelchair basketball. And it's like, it doesn't have to be scary. Mm-hmm. It's life-changing, it's altering, it's huge. But it doesn't have to be scary. And when this happened to me, the internet didn't really exist. Facebook came in 2007. I had the amputation in 2006.
Oh, wow.
And so there was no forums for me to go and ask people, well, what about phantom pain? What about this? What about that? How's your health? How do you, if you go for a pedicure, do you get half price? Like, there's lots of things that you don't...
Do you know?
Yes, I do. Okay. I do. Wow. I usually just tell them to spend extra time on the one foot. But like, there's so many things that you would never think about until you're in that position. Mm-hmm. And so now it's like, well, I can talk about that, and I can relate it to safety stuff, and I can relate it to educational things. And like, I was being a scuba diving instructor and a fire services instructor and all these different types of things. It kind of all relates to the same thing. And like, I used to go speak in my kids' schools during Fire Prevention Week. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what happens to you if you have a fire in your house? And well, if you only have one leg, it's going to take you a little while to get out of there. But that's sort of the next progression of all of this kind of goofy journey, is to sort of incorporate maybe a little bit of that. And
yeah. Life is a goofy journey.
It varies, and it seems to just get goofier and goofier. When you stop fighting it, you realize how goofy it is. When you just kind of go with the flow, you're like, this is a bit of a ride.
Yeah.
But enjoy it and learn from it.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. And it's not all going to be good experiences, but you're going to learn from them probably even more than you do from the...
And you know what? I bet when you are mentoring people who are about to get amputated, like I'm assuming you learn from them as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's two-way.
Yeah, for sure. It's sometimes they're further along than I was in their mind as to what they're going through. Mm. Sometimes the funny thing is, sometimes they see me and talk to me, and it turns out we had sort of the similar experience, and they're like, I knew it, that's it, I'm going and I'm convincing my doctor right now. And I'm like, I don't want to take the blame for this if it doesn't go well. Right. But it's like, it's confirmation to them that a lot of doctors feel it's like too extreme. Well, it's just pain, get over it. Like, they put me in a wheelchair for a while because, well, we're not cutting your leg off just because it hurts. Just be in a wheelchair. And I was like, okay, I guess so. And I'm like, wait a minute.
But your quality of life
I know, and it improved vastly after that.
Like, it's got to be a difficult decision to make.
Yeah, it wasn't really by the time I made it.
Not by the time you made it.
16 years to get to that point where I was like, this, you're doing it. Mm.
But if, like, you know, if you like making that decision the 16 years prior.
Oh, yeah. If I had to choose it then, like if that was a choice then, there's no way I would have made it.
Suss out which is going to be.
No, I'm pretty sure we're going to, like, I don't care. 20 surgeries, we'll fix it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, we can do this. I don't need to cut it off. That's a little extreme. I'm tough.
Well, you are tough.
Rub some dirt in it. But hindsight, 2020, right? So it's like, okay, I could have eliminated these group of problems and this kind of pain, but all that 16 years was also a big block of learning, a big block of experience, and empathy. Like, I don't think when I was younger, I was healthy, I was active. I don't know that I had real empathy for people who had health issues or disabilities.
Sure. A lot of teenagers don't really at that point.
Not really. But I think over time, it gave me more...
perspective.
Definitely. I definitely have way more perspective today than I did 20 years ago.
Kind of like when you first become a parent, you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. Why am I?
Yeah, just because I had cats didn't mean I was a cat parent. Oh, it's okay. I know exactly what you're going through because I've got cats. You've got kids. Same thing.
Dog mom over here.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing. Like, I'd run into people and they're like, oh, I know exactly what you went through. I broke my toe and I couldn't walk at all. And like, I'm not even joking. I was working and I had this, and everybody around me knows me, and they're all laughing. And they're like, how can you compare this to him? This is the guy who lost his leg. And she goes, see, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. And I was like, she's not wrong. Because everybody deals with pain and trauma differently. So your stubbing your toe might have been way more traumatic to you than me losing my leg.
But did she write a book?
She could have. She probably could have.
Could have read it in a book, yeah.
I don't know. Everybody's got a book in them, they
toe.
say. So
yeah.
My left
or
foot.
a comic
my
strip.
left toe. Yeah.
I think it's time to go.
I think, we've been at this for a bit over an hour.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I
Jeremy.
told you I can talk.
I know. That's why we love you.
We managed to dodge too many, awkward silences, which is perfect.
Yeah.
Any sort of final thoughts or words you want to share with people, or?
Thank you. This was really cool. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Look for my book.
Yeah.
Right now it's on blogger.com as a blog under A Reimagined Life. When it's published, I want it to be published as everything happens for a reason. And sometimes that reason is you're stupid and you make bad decisions.
Right. Just a great title.
Very appropriate.
Yeah.
Very appropriate. But if you follow any of my social media, I always keep updating and putting links to it. So I've got 6,000 followers around the world.
Wow, awesome.
38 countries.
Wow.
So it's like lots.
And 40 friends.
Yes, and 40 friends. So popular.
Just there keeping you humble, right?
That's right. Well, I sure hope so. It's a full-time job.
Yeah.
Because I'm awesome, apparently.
I say that to everyone. Oh no.
Well, and thank you for hanging out with us. It was
Well,
tremendous fun for us as well.
I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. I'm sorry that the weather wasn't a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
It felt briefly like it was going to rain, and it didn't. So that's a win.
That's all you can ask for.
Right. So, and as always, if you at home want to join us for a future live stream, you can do that just by finding the little QR code that's on your screen right now.
You're so much better at this than I am.
And you know what to do with the QR code. You take a picture of it. It takes you to a site. You fill a little form, and maybe we'll get in touch with you and say, hey, let's do a stream sometime. And if you don't want to do that, you can just ignore that QR code instead. Thank you again. Jazz hands. Jazz hands for the Jazz Man. Sorry, the Sax Man. All right. We'll see you later, everybody.
Thank you. I'm sorry.